starting out. I discuss the latest entrepreneur trends, marketing strategies, financing solutions, and more. It's all about giving you the edge you need to succeed.
Business on the Edge with Margaret
Okay, here we
Jackson.
go.
Friday at 6 p.m. here on AM 1220 KDOW. Streaming now on TuneIn.com and the Odyssey app. AM 1220 KDOW.
Sponsored by Margaret Jackson.
On the red light on the line. A dollar bill is a friend of mine. We need money. We need money. Talking about money, money, money. Hey, credit.
AM 1220 KDOW presents Money 2.0. Money 2.0. Now, helping you excel in business and in life. Here's business coach and Money 2.0 host, Margaret Jackson.
Welcome to Money 2.0 Business on the Edge. This show is brought to you by the Small Business Concierge digital magazine here in Silicon Valley. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's radio show. Appreciate your listenership. Absolutely give that big hand clap there. We are broadcasting live from Silicon Valley, Bay Area, and around the world on AM 1220 KDOW, iHeartRadio, and online streaming. You can listen live at kdow.biz. If you want to dial into tonight's show, you can dial in at 1-800-516-1220. That is 1-800-516-1220, and get your questions and comments on air with me tonight. I want to talk about small businesses, and I want to talk about the I don't want to say misunderstanding. I don't know that it's a misunderstanding. I think, and when I talk about small businesses, that's a huge range, right? That's, as the Small Business Administration says, okay, a small business is less than 500 employees. So I'm really talking to the micro small businesses tonight, and maybe even the small business, micro small businesses, maybe less than 10 employees, somewhere around there. And then the small business. And let's say that small business is 11 to 50 employees, maybe 100. So I don't want to say, like I said before, that this is a misunderstanding. I think this is, they just don't know. And so their propensity to lean towards not really marketing and advertising and branding their products and services. They like a lot of these types of things for free, low cost to no cost. And want these unrealistic returns. But there really has to be a foundation for understanding what your marketing and branding and advertising means to you. These are if you wanted to look at it this way, you could say marketing, advertising, and branding are siblings. They'll work together to support your business. I've got this book sitting here in front of me. I love reading. I've got books behind me. You're seeing in my background this cartoon commercial that we've just completed. So you can't see my bookcase. And this big blue book, this big blue business book, Big Ideas Simply Explained by DK, published by DK out of London. And this is what they had to say about, in good times, this is one of their chapters, people want to advertise. In bad times, they have to. Why advertise? Why do it? When a recession, so they're saying when a recession happens and your customers begin to pull those dollars back and they're not spending as much, they've got these two examples. They've got business A and business B. And you got one business saying, oh, we're going to cut back on our advertising. That's the first thing that goes out the door. I experienced that in our downturn in 2007 to 2008 housing market crash. And I'm in the, I had a business, a production company, and it just tore us apart because that's exactly what happened. Customers went, whoa. I had nothing to do with the housing market. Don't take it out on me, and lost my company. Um, Learned a lot from it. Was in business for 7 years and doing well. And so you have fluctuations that are going to happen. So you got this business that says, okay, we're not going to advertise. We're going to we're going to pull all of our ads. And their goal is to really maximize their short-term profits. What happens is that when you stop advertising, your customers are like, they'll forget about you. They have other advertising that's pulling on them. You ever sit and watch TV? You binge watch on a Sunday. You binge watch. I binge watch. I had to cut it out. I was like binge watching so much in the pandemic. I had to like, I got to stop. So I'm working, 9 to 9 just so I don't binge watch during work hours. I'm up early, and that's my lot. I will not turn on the TV or any type of video that can pull me and suck me in, unless I'm working out and I want to be sucked in. And so you're pulling back your advertising, and your customers are being drawn to someone who didn't stop advertising. So company B says, okay, I am going to keep advertising. And sometimes they will spend more money on advertising to increase, like I said, increasing that advertising spending, knowing that they're risking their profit shrinking. Can't afford not to advertise. And so as they do this, but their customers will stay aware of them. They will come back, even if they're not spending right now, because they remember their brand. They're staying connected. Like throughout this whole pandemic, we've stayed connected. We didn't pull back. Like this radio show, I love doing it. We're in our 9th season. But this is really, Ed, if you looked at my profit and losses, or if you looked at our expenses and you looked at our books, and you're going to see information on there like, AM 1220 KDOW marketing expense. We are marketing to you. We're helping you, but we're marketing. So I stay relevant to you. Margaret Jackson stays relevant to you. The #1 small business coach in Silicon Valley stays relevant to you. I can't stay relevant and be #1 if I'm not on, and I'm not connected, and I'm not spending the dollars. I'm spending lots of dollars to do this, and it's worth it. And I'm doing what I love. I'm helping you turn that corner, do something that is important in your company. It's like saying, I'm never going to drink water again. Well, good luck with that. And let me know how you're doing this time next year. Just, you might as well it's just going to shrivel up, and it's just going to, you're going to pass out. And, so I want to talk about, get into some granulars. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of research over the last year, and I'm enjoying this process and this time. In terms of I think education is important. You'll always see me be an advocate for this, for education. I'm wrapping up my master's degree. I've been just blowing that out of the water. I'm really excited about that. I've been carrying this 4.0, which is a big deal for me. And that's another story I'll have to share sometime, growing up, and why that's important to me. In fact, I'm gonna frame my high school transcript, because it is very different between that transcript and my master's transcript. Everyone comes from somewhere, right? And so I've done all of this research to kind of wrap your mind around the importance and value of your business, your small business, your you're advertising for it, you're marketing for it. Years ago, I read this book by Marty Newmeyer. In fact, I had him on the show years ago because I enjoyed his book so much, called Zag. If you do not have that book, get it. It is a really great book. And it's about marketing. And he's out of San Francisco. And he quotes Sim Wong Ho, the CEO of Creative Technology, used to be the leading MP3 company in the world. And he was quoted saying this, and I quote, "Our biggest challenge is marketing, but I'm stingy. I don't want to waste money. I don't want to waste money unless I know it's going to work." What? Marketing and advertising and building these campaigns is about mitigating what might not work. Guarantees, to some degree, 100%. You're not going to get 100%, but you're going to learn and find out what works, what doesn't work, how to mitigate so you're not losing your marketing dollars, but you're going to lose some. So just get over it. You're going to lose some and you're going to win some. And I got to go to a commercial break, but when I come back, I'm going to tell you what Steve Jobs said. So stay tuned. Reality Radio here, AM 1220 KDOW, Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson, Bay Area's business and finance leader. So we're on a commercial break right now, but we're still live here on YouTube talking to you. And am I going to tell you what I'm going to tell the rest of the audience, what Steve Jobs said? No, you're going to have to wait and, till we go back into the show and tune in with the rest of the audience, the rest of the world. And where do we broadcast it? We're broadcasting all over the world right now. I love that we are now on iHeartRadio, so you can pick us up on iHeartRadio. And this is just the beginning. I think getting you information in different vehicles, like now we're going to build out our YouTube channel. This is crazy. We've been doing little things, but it's really time for us to really provide you information and resources and special guests. Actually, my special guest, I am so excited. On the 28th, next Friday, live, I'm going to have Sabrina Parsons on, who is the CEO of Business Plan Pro, or Live Plan. Business Plan Pro actually it's been around for years, but Business Plan Pro is kind of fading out. So they have a digital version of it, which is Live Plan. Tim Berry, her father, started the company here in Silicon Valley. They have migrated up to Oregon, but they are the #1 business plan tool, digital tool, Live Plan. Business Plan. I still have the old copies of the Business Plan Pro, the desktop version, Marketing Plan Pro desktop. So I've been writing business plans since the early 2000s. And so she's going to be back on the show. We've had her before. I'm looking forward to having her and let her share what's going on with Live Plan, some other things that they're doing that is absolutely cool, some partnerships that they have developed. So I'm excited about her coming on and chatting it up with me 9 years down the road. And we'll see if we can pull up some of the old of that previous interview years ago and get a couple of little sound bites out of that and share with you next week. And anyway, hey, Ken's my producer. Ken, how long do we have before we go back into the show?
Hey, Margaret, we got about a minute and a half.
We got about a minute and a half. So I've got about a minute and a half to kill with you. If you want to dial into the show right now, I am literally live here on YouTube, but I'm live. I'm not in the studio like I usually am because of the pandemic, but you can dial in at 1-800-516-1220. That's 1-800-516-1220. You can go check out our website, smallbusinessconcierge.biz. We publish a great small business magazine. Our next magazine is coming out June 19th, celebrating Juneteenth and Black Enterprise and all of that good stuff. And you can check out some of the magazines. Great articles in there to help you do some great things in your business. And, our magazine is not just all about how to build, how to develop, how to do things in your company. But business owners, small business owners are people. So you got other things going on, like what are you going to have for dinner tonight? So we've got, business owners that are chefs, and they'll provide an article for us and talk about some great dish. One of the articles in our last magazine
20
I put
seconds.
in on our my favorite pizza, Rosati's. Awesome. I got to go back in. See you back in the show.
With new customers.
This is Money 2.0 on AM 1220 KDOW.
Go, Margaret.
We are back. I didn't hear the music. That's reality radio for you. I'm like, I didn't hear any of the cool music or anything like that. What happened with that? Okay, so if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to micro businesses, small businesses, maybe up to 100 employees. A business can be as less than 500 employees. So I talked about the creative technology. The CEO says, I'm just stingy. I don't want to pay for marketing. I want some guarantees that it's going to work. Okay, great. Steve Jobs comes along and says, in contrast to this attitude, Steve Jobs says, you know what? Who believes that marketing is a crucial part of the product. CEO, Apple, that's what he believed, that marketing is a crucial part of the product. He can't afford not to do it. So they come out of the gate with their MP3 players and totally blows creative technology out of the water. No longer king of the hill. Steve Jobs had a way of understanding his customer, his audience. Here's a quote, Archer, 2011. Seasoned Fortune 500 companies have a deep understanding and appreciation for marketing. Inexperienced small business owners do not invest in, for example, content marketing, which right now in the pandemic, you better be doing some content marketing. Okay. 80%, this is Clutch, this is .co if you go out to the website 2018. 80% of small businesses do not invest in content marketing, and experts warn that they are missing a key marketing opportunity. These are experts. I'm not, yes, we're in the marketing advertising business. And selling to small businesses like pulling your hair out, pulling your teeth out with no, the doctor giving you that shot in your jaw to take some of that pain away. James Archer, interesting guy, writer, said in the article published by 40.co, it was renamed Crowd Favorite. Marketing is food, not medicine. Inexperienced companies regard marketing as medicine to be taken when something is wrong. Ouch. Just saying. They are inexperienced companies. So you got inexperienced business owners. And he goes on to talk about needing marketing throughout the day, every day in 2011. This is how important, and I'm trying to draw this very important point to you, because so many small businesses, and in this pandemic, it has been so difficult for small businesses. But if you can take dollars instead of just holding on to everything until, you hold a dollar till it hollers. Market, advertise, content, digital marketing, get it out there. Keep your brand and services out there. Even if it would even be smart to take, what is your cash cow? What do your customers like to buy? And now we're coming out of this pandemic, we're getting vaccinated. And I say we're coming out, and I'm talking about the United States, because I know that India is getting hit hard. I really feel bad for them. Prayers are going out to India. They really, really need some support. But I still believe that we're turning some sort of curve, right? I got my second dose today, and I feel really good about it. My whole family will now fully vaccinated, which is great. But during this whole time, our sales, like everyone else, has flattened, and that was okay for us, because we've taken this time to create some new products that will benefit you, that will give you price breaks, like you'll hear our commercial running, and to help you promote and market globally. But you have to do something. You can't just, social media is great, but you can't just do that and never invest, never put finances behind if you ever research what Walmart spends in billions. We know you don't have that type of arsenal, so you have to maximize what's available. You have to leverage other platforms that are already there, leveraging what's there. We're leveraging AM 1220 KDOW and iHeartRadio because they're bigger. So we spend a lot of money annually to be able to do this, so we can come to you and say, this is what you do. And you get opportunities. You get great opportunities when you're doing that. And so I'm going to talk to you now that I've been on my soapbox. And I think I'm going to give you one more quote here, because I think it's important. I really want to drive the points home. Carolyn Higgins, president of the Fortune Marketing Company, her personal mission is to help small businesses stop wasting money on advertising and promotions that don't deliver, and help you implement an effective marketing system that will bring you more customers consistently. This is Fortune Marketing Company. So you have to have a plan. You have to have, and you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? I don't think it's so much an issue of companies not delivering. I think small business owners don't know what they want, other than, I just want to increase my sales. There's so much more to developing your business and brand and advertising. You have to think bigger. I got to go to a commercial break. AM 1220 KDOW Business in the Edge with Margaret Jackson, Bay Area's business and finance leader. We're in a break again. Ken, how much time do we have on this break?
This is a short one. We got about a minute and a half. Hey,
About
sorry about that. I know exactly what happened and won't happen again. I'm gonna make it seem like nothing happened. Actually, I'm gonna take all that out for the reproduction.
I appreciate that, and we will get that up on our podcast, and it'll like it never even happened. But this is why this is reality radio, because I've got Ken, my producer, who is just awesome, every week taking care of me. But this is reality radio. Like reality TV, I can't stand. You know why? Because it's not reality. I owned a production company, remember? Audio, video production. And it's not reality. Like my dog just walked up to me, probably because I said break. So to run around and do all of that stuff. Thinks I'm playing with it. Okay. So I hope you're getting something out of this. This is like really fun. This is the first time actually that we have done a live YouTube, live radio, reality radio. We're just kind of testing things out to see how it's going. Click and leave comments below. Be nice. Don't make me delete your comments. We want to make sure that it stays clean. If you hate it, you can write that, and it's okay too. But put your questions down there, and leave your comments on, what's your challenges? What are you going
15
through?
seconds.
I have 15 seconds. So put your comments down there, and I'll love to read them and respond, and, maybe can help you out with, some place that you might be stuck in your business. Not stuck in a tree, though.
Concierge.biz.
This is Money 2.0 on AM 1220 KDOW.
There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Money 2.0, Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson, Bay Area here. We are talking about, really what we're talking about is keeping your business visible. Excuse me, marketing and advertising and doing the things that count in your business. And I want to move on to some of the studies that and the research that I've done. When you're thinking about your customer, when you're thinking about going digital. And so here are some example questions to identify the ideal, digital customer the questions that you should be asking. You're online, you're attracting, you're trying to grow your business. And these are not difficult questions. Who's your ideal customer? You got to ask your question. You have to ask yourself that. Who are your followers? And you have to ask why. Why do they want to do business with you? You have to literally put plans together. I have pages and pages and pages that are part of my plan. Just connecting with the customers. That doesn't include the entire business plan. Why do they buy from you? Where, if you're on social media, where are you getting the most traction? If you have a company that, say, for example, it's, let's just say hairstyling or event planning or a picturesque, something that we'd like to view and see. And it's like, oh, I want them to do my wedding, or I want them to, do my hair and makeup, or, if you sell great food, well, Pinterest is a great place. Instagram's a great place. Facebook, not so much. LinkedIn, not so much. But LinkedIn is a great place. Just professionally, you should be there. Absolutely. And then how do your customers buy from you in that online journey? Do some words work better than other words? Are you thinking about what you're saying to them? What you say to them matters. What stage are they in the buying process? There's stages to the buying process. Where are they in that process? There's this model, SOSTAC, SOSTAC, situation analysis, S, objectives, strategy, tactics, actions, control. You should be thinking about SOSTAC in your strategy, in your digital media strategy. And I want to focus a little bit on, focus most of the rest of the show on digital, because The pandemic showed us something different, that you can actually have a pandemic show up and the government shuts everyone down. Who has seen that? Has that ever happened in history? I don't know. Not in my lifetime. And I've already lived half a lifetime. You have to be online. You have to be visible. You have to be digital. You have to think, how can I make it easy for customers to do business with me, connect with me, interact with me online? You should be thinking about your SWOT analysis and PESTLE analysis. These are the sort of things that large organizations, corporations spend hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars on, billions, if you do some of the research at these major companies. And by the way, Apple and creative technology today, creative technology is about a $200 million company. You say, oh, I can live with that. Great, but Apple's a $2 trillion company because they get and understand how to stay in front of their customers, communicating with them, using marketing, using advertising, using their brand strategies. You can't live without it. I got to go to a commercial break. When we come back, more on how to support you in your small business. AM 1220 KDOW, Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson, Bay Area's business and finance leader. We are on our break. We're going into our small business concierge segment of the show, which I always like. That is like, I have my own theme music. It's like Shaft has his own theme music. I have my own theme music, which is really cool. So we'll talk about that when you'll hear that when we come back. We won't talk about it, but you'll hear it when we come back. So I'll give you a few more tips let me give you a few more tips now. So I was talking about SOSTIC, but what about now you've got the 7 Ps of marketing, the 7 Ps of marketing mix, a framework in your partnerships. You got product, place, promotion, price, people, process, physical environment. Are you thinking about any of that? Since I was thinking about the 4 Ps of marketing, catch up. We got the 7 Ps of marketing and the 5 S's. The 5 S's of marketing. And so you should be on top of it. Says, well, Coach, what are the 5 S's of marketing?
30 seconds, Margaret.
I got 30 seconds. Sell, serve, speak, save, and sizzle. We're coming back. And we're waiting.
Get ready. Business on the Edge is taking you out of the studio walls with the Small Business Concierge magazine. You've been waiting, looking for it. Now it's here. Business expert contributors, Small Business Concierge, STEAM, local events, YE 2.0, the young entrepreneur, Women in Business Centerfold, Small Business Science Lab, Bridging the Gap, the bottom line. Now here's Silicon Valley's #1 business radio personality, Margaret Jackson.
Welcome to the Small Business Concierge segment of the show. I love this segment of the show. And from time to time, we have our small businesses that are Advantage members of our Small Business Concierge. They're Small Business Concierge Advantage member, and we'll bring them on the show and help showcase them and boost a small business. Let you know that they are here, they are here. So like I said earlier in the show, if you want to go out to our website, smallbusinessconcierge.biz, you'll see our magazines there. We publish about 3 magazines a year. 4, really, we extend one of those magazines each year in an extended version, and we add more content. We add more articles from our Advantage members and get just more and more content to you. We are talking about, I'm going to pick up our conversation in this segment. And this segment is really special to me because we're getting ready to launch a Indiegogo campaign. And we've been really putting a lot of energy behind it. We've got a commercial that we spent a little bit of money doing, a cartoon commercial. You can see the back view there. Let me see, can you see that? We've got all of this cool stuff. You'll be able to see the phone number and all of that. But it's a 60-second commercial really promoting back in business for small businesses and how our resources can help you do that at a minimal rate, COVID-19 rate that we're calling it, because we want to support small businesses. I love it because I'll get our Advantage members, they'll text me and they're like, Coach, what do you, I've got this going on, and I watch them and I watch how they begin to take off. I got a text message from one of our Advantage members, Marilyn Randolph. And I remember when she first started, she's an author, she's an entrepreneur. She's taken a lot of the advice that I've given her over the last few years, and she's just taking off, and she's being invited to be guest speakers and all of these different things that is showcasing. So if you want to check her out, go to marilynrandolph.com and you can pick up her book. And she has a story, and her story comes out of being sexually abused, and you'll read that in her book. And she is helping a lot of hurting people. And so I'm proud of having her as part of what we're doing, and that we have benefited her in her journey. And so we'll have to get her back on at some point as well and have her talk about what she's up to these days. And that's what this segment is about, is to be able to support small businesses, what we're doing in the Small Business Concierge communications and digital media, that we, we're trying to provide a space for you where other magazines aren't providing that particular space for you. Or you're spending lots of dollars that you don't have. In fact, a space in some of these magazines could cost you your whole, everything that you may make in 1 year as a small business owner. So we have a space for you at the Small Business Concierge Communications and Digital Media. Check out our website at smallbusinessconcierge.biz. So let's talk a little bit more. Let me get back to some of this training, because I really want you to value marketing, value relationship. We want relationship. And so before the break, I talked about the SOSTIC. You should be thinking about these different these different SOSTIC. Lost my train of thought there. SOSTIC, the 7 P's of marketing, which it used to be the 4 P's of marketing, the 5 S's of digital marketing models. You should be thinking about them. It says, well, what are the 7 P's? The 7 P's, and I was sharing we're actually live on YouTube. So for my radio audience out there that can't see and don't know that we're doing a live radio stream right now, we are live on YouTube. So if you are at home, you want to check me out on YouTube, you can go check out our YouTube channel right now. So 7 P's, product, place, promotion, price, people, process, physical, environment. And that's a mouthful. And that you should be working through those steps. Small businesses require a long-term cost-effective product, okay? we understand that that your product that provides various digital media channels that introduces your brand to a mass market. That's what you want. That's what small businesses require. But you got to do your work. You got to, what are the expectations? What do you want back? Here's a quote. Statistics. Driving sales, 51.3%. These are small businesses, and building brand awareness, small businesses. This is the quote from Lead Page's statistics stats. 48.4% are the two top digital marketing priorities for small business, for small businesses. Lead Pages. Driving sales, 51.3%, and building brand awareness, 48.4%. So there's something happening there. Small businesses are starting to think about these things. And so when you're thinking about how you're going to get your products in front of so you've got SOSTIC, you got 7Ps, you got the 5 S's, you got RACE. There's another one, RACE, acronym, planning. What is RACE? Reach, act, convert, engage. The 5 S's that you should be thinking about is sell, serve, speak, save, and sizzle. You want to sizzle. You want to sell. And this all takes time for you to build and for you to develop. And if you don't, and you don't have to be an expert in all of this. One of the things that I would encourage you is to connect with your local small business development center. They've got marketing experts and advertising and branding that can help you put together your digital marketing mix, your 7Ps, your RACE, your SOSTIC. They can help you work through these different components so they are part of your business plan and your business strategy. What are the results that you want? So when you sell, what's your objectives? What's your measurable objectives? Well, I want to sell 30% of, I want 10% of conversions from social media to our product. And we're going to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You got to really decide on what you're going to do. Got to go for a commercial break. AM 1220 KDOW Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson, Bay Area's business and finance leader.
For more information on the Small Business Concierge magazine or to invite Margaret Jackson to speak, go to smallbusinessconcierge.biz. That's smallbusinessconcierge.biz.
We are back to a commercial break. We're going into our final segment and we're going to wrap things up. And I hope you really kind of gotten the gist. I've kind of picked different things out in my research and really wanting to bring information that supports the development of small businesses, really taking a serious and critical look at the value and the importance of marketing, advertising, branding, business plan. I had a client say to me that they heard that business plans are no longer relevant. I'm like, what? No, their business plans will always be relevant. Always. There's no getting around to thinking through your plan, thinking through your mission, your vision, your objectives, your financials, your milestones, your market segmentation, your target market, your competitors. It's your roadmap to success. Ask a banker, go get a loan. Just try to go get money. They're going to ask, the first thing they're going to ask you for is a business plan. Now, pitch decks are great. Pitch decks are great for VCs and angel investors. But they're going to want you to have thought through you ever watch Shark Tank And you're looking at it, and you're like, as they're pitching, you're like, okay, they're not getting any money today. Listen to the questions that the sharks are asking. And they're going straight for your profitability. They're going straight for, they're really trying to understand, how do you understand your business? Do you understand your financials? What kind of financials do you have? Are you really creating a strong customer base, saturating? And so if you're making something that you think might be great, they might not think it's great. How long does it take you to make that money? Who's buying it outside of family and friends? It's really good. It's a really good idea. They don't really care that it's a really good idea. They really care whether or not it makes money. Gotta go. Go back.
This is Money 2.0 on AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back. Nice. I like that. Welcome back to Money 2.0 Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson. We are wrapping up. We are at the bottom of our hour. We have been live on YouTube with our show. I call it reality radio. And I've been hopefully convincing small business owners, micro businesses, the value of advertising and spending money, even in a pandemic. And now with things kind of opening up, strike the iron while it's hot and put yourself in strong places that work for you. Can't just be one place. We're not just in one place. We're in multiple places. Someone once said to me, says, "Hey, you're all over the place." I'm like, that's really great. You want to be more. You want to keep growing and building, and you want your customers. You want to make it easier for them to get to you, and then once they get to you, you want to make it easy for them to do business with you as well. So, what did we talk about today? We talked about Steve Jobs, the value of advertising. They're a $2 trillion company. $2 trillion company. Their competitor just blew them out of the water. And let me just tell you what those numbers were. You got Creative Technology, who was a leader in MP3 players in 2005. Apple comes onto the scene. We can't afford not to advertise. You got Sim Woo Ho, who says, "I'm just a stingy rascal. I'm not going to do it." $200 million company today. And Apple's a $2 trillion company today. What happened in 2005? Creative Technology sold $8 million worth of MP3 players. MP3s. Apple sold $32 million worth. Apple's company market value in 2020 was $2 trillion as of August 19, 2020. And that was from the NASDAQ, $2.13 trillion to be exact, August 21st on the NASDAQ. August 21st, 2020, Creative Technology was 206.75 million as of August 21, 2020. What? And then 145.86 million US OTC, August 14, 2020 on the OTC. I'm just saying, it's not a coincidence. It just doesn't get any better than that. So Steve Jobs is really my hero in terms of when it comes to advertising and marketing, and understanding that it is longevity, it's consistency, it's patience. It works. It works. Do your research. Ask the right questions. How do your customers use your products? Where do they invest? Where don't they invest? Do some polls. So you got investing in advertising, SOSTIC. Do your homework. Get your 7 P's down. What do you really want to achieve? Ask the right questions. Why? Who? What? How? How do they buy from me? You know, understand your 5 S's in digital marketing, really, on connecting with your audience. And I know this sounds like a lot. It's like, it is a lot of work. You want to, entrepreneurship is fantastic. It's an exciting, crazy journey of ebbs and flows. You really have to have a heart for it to do it. If you're just doing it, says, I just want to do this because I want to make a little money on the side. You can be a hobbyist and, and just make a little extra money on the side, be a sole proprietorship or whatever. But if you want serious business and if you want something bigger than just self-employment, and you want to create a business system, and you want to hire, and you want to expand and grow, then you're going to have to do what large corporations do, what businesses do to function as a business system. You can be employed, you can be self-employed, you can create a business system. And that's what this is all about. Who, why, how. Your SOSTIC model. And if you want to learn more about how to do these things and connect with these things, then email me at ontheedge@businessontheedge.biz. That's ontheedge@businessontheedge.biz. And I will be glad to share with you and point you in the right direction to get these things going, and how we can be a support to you as a small business concierge, communications and digital media, but really supporting you on, we're cheerleaders. I'm a cheerleader for you. I just believe that if you believe this is what you're supposed to do and you love it, then it's possible for you to be absolutely fantastic and great. Be good to someone. Stay safe, stay healthy, get vaccinated. AM 1220 KDOW Business on the Edge with Margaret Jackson Berry's business and finance leader.
Friday evening.
We're out. It's like kind of crazy. You can go back into and your whole head can be disappeared. We're out. That's the end of the show. I am going to stop our stream. So good. Put your questions down there in the bottom and email me ontheedge@businessontheedge.biz if you have questions or comments. If you want to learn more about our campaign coming up, so you can be part of it and get your space in our digital catalog that's coming up, which is kind of like that old Sears and Roebuck's catalog. It's going to be very cool. And we will be launching that after our Indiegogo campaign. You'll learn more about that soon.